Hi everyone, we're starting a new series and I'm going to go through the Saunders Comprehensive NCLEX exam book, chapter by chapter, short videos, digestible, easy to understand, hopefully. So in this first video, I'm going to go through chapters 1 through 4. These chapters are really just introductory chapters on types of questions, tips for your examination, kind of how to prepare yourself, like the background information. So here we go, chapter 1. So chapter 1 goes over just the types of questions that you're going to see on your exam. And the two main types of questions are multiple choice and select all that apply. The dreaded select all that apply. But I'm here to tell you that I was super anxious about select all that apply questions, and it was totally fine. I did have a lot of select all that apply questions, and they're kind of meant to throw you off in a way. Like, no one thinks that they ever get those questions right, but I assure you that you've gotten more right than you think, and you know more than you think, and just coming into the test with that headspace is really helpful. Other types of questions you're going to have, potentially, are fill in the blank questions, so like medication calculation questions, IV flow rate. I only had maybe 1 or 2 of these. They were fairly simple. Just make sure you know your formulas. There are ordered response questions, which is basically dragging and dropping parts of a nursing procedure in the correct order. I think I had, again, 1 or 2 of these questions, and these questions sort of trip me up, but I wouldn't really worry about it. Just be prepared to have a few questions like this. Just review your skills, review just the order of operations, basically, and you should be totally fine. There's also figure questions, audio questions. There's a bunch of different types of questions. I wouldn't worry about it. Just be prepared to answer a bunch of different types of questions, which you will be with your studying anyway. So I don't think it's really anything to worry about. Something that was really cool about the NCLEX is it had flexible scheduling, and if nothing's changed, then you'll encounter the same thing. I was able to just schedule online, and I actually changed the date of my exam a few times because that's just how I am. And I initially scheduled it for 3 months after my graduation date, thinking that I needed all this time. I was super anxious, but I ended up only needing like a month and maybe a month and a week or something. So I rescheduled, and it was totally fine. But just make sure that you're timely. You're not rescheduling like a day or even a few days before your test. Make sure you have a focused date and that you stick with it if you can, and if you can't, it's pretty flexible. So chapter 3 is one that I am fond of, and it's really just a human who graduated and took the exam and gives some tips and things to think about. It's completely unnecessary to read a first account story like this before your exam, especially if you're in a time crunch, but I find it really helpful. And if you're in nursing school, you're already an overachiever, so why not just read the few paragraphs? It did really help me. It actually did, so I recommend it.